Today we're on a farm on the Yorke Peninsula with James Preuss of Concierge Genetics. He's going to talk to us about genetic testing in merino sheep.
Thank you very much for the introduction. So what we're looking at here is the phenotype difference between all these lambs. You can look around and you'll see this one's a little bit smaller in stature, and these ones are a little bit, maybe a little bit bare-faced or a little bit different in their width or their depth and how broad-bodied they are. Essentially the phenotype, or what they look like, is made up of two components. The environment, which we can't really change, so they're all exposed to the same environment, they're in the same paddock, they have access to the same nutrition and the same feed. So the other half that we can actually manipulate and change is the genetics, and that's what we're talking about today. So improving the productivity through genetic selection.
So why is it so important to genetically test these sheep?
Well, so what we're able to do is increase the dollars in the back pocket of the farmer. That might sound like an outlandish claim, but essentially if we increase the genetic value in the herd, we're increasing productivity and therefore we're increasing the dollars. Yeah, so once we've taken the ear hole punch, we basically take it out and we put it into the designated well. So this is going into B1, and it's as simple as that. Then we can put the ear tag in, and then we can go over, grab a drench this lamb, vaccinate. Because he's a male, we can put the ring on. But essentially what we've shown you is how simple it is to take that small sample that we're going to take back to the lab and extract the DNA from.
What data will I get back from genetically testing these individuals, and how is that important to me?
Yeah, so in the lab, basically we take that sample, which is for this individual sheep, and we can test a number of different things. You might look at just simple traits, so you might be interested in, for example, the powdered spot. If this lamb had a little 50-cent piece or even smaller black spot on it, we know the genes that are controlling that, and we can test for that and remove that from the breeding flock. Some of the other traits that might be of interest are around wool quality, so where we're looking at the yield or the cutting of the fleece, and we can marry that data up with the genetics. So you're taking the routine phenotyping data as you're shearing, and we can marry that up with the genetics and select for those individuals, or essentially the elite out of your flock. One of the other things we can test for is parentage, so know who the father is, and that essentially will allow you to determine how good your rams are behaving or how they're combining with your ewes.
What if I'm interested in meat?
Yeah, so some producers will be selling off their wether lambs as meat. Essentially then you're looking at carcass traits. So we want to have a lamb that's really growing rapidly, and we're also wanting something with a good eye muscle depth, and we want a big lamb, so we want a broad or a big barrel lamb. And what we can do is apply genetics to this as well, so we can test for carcass traits that are of value in the market and increase essentially your genetics in your flock. So we can again pick out the elite mob, and you might think, oh, why am I doing that? Well, it's important because then you could have this separate mob of sheep that you're breeding with your best rams, and you're improving their rate of genetic gain. So essentially that means more dollars in your back pocket.
Do you provide this service only for sheep?
No, so we're looking across sheep obviously here, but we're also working in cattle, we're working in plants as well, so cereals, even pastures we can do this in. So basically once you extract the DNA, the technology we're using is across all species, and we can tailor it to suit your needs. So one farmer might only be interested in increasing their lambing percentage, so we could use parentage testing, select for the twins, and their offspring hopefully will have twins as well. So we're increasing productivity that way.